You want to say it together like we're a boy band?
One, two, three. Mild sauce responsibly. Yeah, I said accordingly, responsibly. Let's start again.
Okay.
One. Mild sauce responsibly.
Chicago is a city that adores its food icons. You got deep dish pizza, you got Italian beef, you got the hot dogs dragged through the garden, no ketchup. And then last but certainly not least, you've got mild sauce. No one really knows for sure what's in it. It's part barbecue sauce, part ketchup maybe, hot sauce, but it's a staple condiment in the chicken shacks that dot the city's predominantly black south and west sides. And honestly, that's just about all you can find out about mild sauce if you're not here, sharing a meal with the people who love it. So let's go do that.
Yeah, let me get 5 wings with mild sauce.
Yo, what up? How's everybody doing today? It's another episode of Mild Sauce. We coming live from the basement. We got Q to the left. We got Sriracha. Jazz is actually chiming in, y'all, so say hello to Jazz.
What's up, Jazz?
So we got a real special guest in the house tonight. We got my man Dave from Thrillist, and Dave has never tried mild sauce. It's unfortunate, but if y'all would have seen Dave's plate, he's been missing mild sauce all his life.
To some Chicagoans, mild sauce is more than a food, it's a worldview. Behold the Mild Sauce Podcast, a group of born and raised South and West Siders who record weekly broadcasts on Chicago culture. They invited us to their basement studio to talk about the essence of mild sauce, which they know better than most. Sort of. Only question, what is mild sauce?
The easy answer? We don't know. It's clearly ketchup, and it's clearly barbecue sauce, and it's clearly hot sauce. It could be some honey or something like that in there.
It's like some brown sugar and cinnamon.
A little holy water. Since it's from the hood.
And some good love.
It's somebody's grandma back there.
Right, somebody's grandma put their foot in it.
But that's how you know it's real, when you see that bottle come out with no name, no label, just red stuff in a jug.
I think mild sauce is borderline yoga.
Once you eat that shit, you like,
Good. It's that, you know what I'm saying?
So if you come to Chicago, it's 2 places that you have to go to get mild sauce.
You'll stand on the south side, you gotta go to your nearest Harold's. But if you're unfortunate enough to be on the west side, then you gotta go to Uncle Remus. I prefer Harold's, but you got options, so go for what you know.
When you from Chicago, you just eat Harold's. It's just kind of what you do.
It represents like kind of being here.
And then the fact that it's only here, that's what makes it special, I think, to me.
To die-hard Harold's connoisseurs like budding chef Cliff Skighwalker and comic Larry Legend, mild sauce is a creative fixation.
When you mention chicken, you have to talk about this man, which is Larry Legend. This is my CIC. This is my comrade in chicken.
I'm who I am, and this is my thing. I might have had like a little drip of mild sauce in my bottle, I don't know.
I have the 6-piece tender with lemon pepper. Mild sauce on the side, 6-piece, fried hard, salt and pepper, mild sauce.
Or the 6, I got 7. It's a ghetto blessing.
The mild sauce with the mystic, that combination.
It's like the hood's version of Snapple. If you got a nice Harold's in your neighborhood, you're gonna stay loyal to it. You know you're in a bad Harold's. First of all, like I said, you gotta smell it. This mild sauce smell, if you don't smell that, you should get out the gym. But my original rules was, it was like, if it was too clean, don't go. If it was, if they take hard, don't go. But it's 2017 now. It's like, if you don't do these things, are you open? You know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing is good about Uncle Remus. It's the second best Harold's in Chicago. Like, it's the second best one.
Savage.
It's pretty good, though.
The great debate is who invented mild sauce. A lot of people have mild sauce, but trust and believe we're the originals. So it really was ketchup and hot sauce kind of mixed together 30, 40 or more years ago. And then it started as it being kind of a barbecue sauce base, and then we would add our little something to it. You want to know how we make our sauce? Yeah. And I would tell you I would have to kill you, honestly.
So the recipe is a mystery. Despite that, or maybe because of it, Remus's fans are legion. Among them, Joe Freshgoods, the designer behind the Thank You Obama clothing line, modeled by none other than Chance the Rapper, and the co-founder of local creative space Fat Tiger Workshop.
I think the beauty of mild sauce is that you put to drench your food in it, you know? Uncle Remus sauce is a lot sweeter. I don't know if they use brown sugar or what, but it just seems, you can distinctly tell when you're at Uncle Remus just by the sauce or whatever. I think Uncle Remus probably deserves a little bit more credit in the city. I compare Uncle Remus and Harold to like Biggie and Tupac, where just like Biggie would be Uncle Remus, and he only had like two albums, whatever. But Tupac had way more sons. So
prolific.
Like, exactly. So it's like that would be Harold, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's important for like businesses, like Uncle Remus, me, a lot of the like artists like Chance the Rapper and Big Mensa, to like stay in Chicago because it shows that you can make it here. And I just think if people saw like it's more like black businesses or businesses around that like owned by people that look like us, that you could do it too, you know?
Yeah.
We love Chicago, right? But Chicago is very segregated.
Very segregated. And it's just part of like black culture for us to be low man in the totem pole, so to speak. But so much of our culture has become American culture. But when it comes to mild sauce, I think one of the low-key things about it that gives us so much pride in it is that it's unique to us and it's ours.
That's a big reason why we don't know what's in it. Like, there is no ingredient list for mild sauce because anybody can have it, you can gentrify all of Chicago, but you're not gonna know exactly what's in it because it's ours.
First defense against food deserts. When the white folk wouldn't sling us burgers, you gave no fuck. Stuck your golden ringed hand into the flour and fixed the bird. You, first example of black flight. Original innovation of deep fry. You, beef tallow. City slick and down home migration taste.
Nate Marshall is an award-winning poet from the South Side. We linked up with him to discuss the literary, socioeconomic, and personal weight of Chicago's mild sauce legacy. Why do you think that mild sauce has resisted appropriation so well here?
Segregation, housing segregation, has shaped the way that some of these culinary traditions have been able to stay kind of insular. It's racism in the sense that McDonald's can be everywhere, on every road in every hamlet in America. When Harold Pierce was starting Harold's, he likely did not have the same imagination for possibility because that's not sort of the nature of black life, right? Like Harold's is in so many ways, it's a response to racial violence. On top of that baseline grammar of chicken and we gotta prepare food to address the needs of a community that needs food, that's where the improvisation can happen. To be black in the Mississippi Delta is a different thing than to be black in DC or Chicago, right? If I can sort of think about it metaphorically, for me, if blackness is the chicken, then mild sauce is our little specific approach. Of course, your sauce sweet and burn at the same time. Of course you call it mild, so white folk won't know to fear until it's too late. You, no corporate structure, just black business model. They earn the recipe and go make it their own.
Thank y'all for coming out. Enjoy, partake, and let's have a good time, man.
With our time in Chicago coming to an end, we met back up with Cliff, Larry, and their friends for one last mild sauce drenched meal.
Everybody needs to know Larry is eating
It's my only time that I'm gonna be able to do this.
If you ain't got sauce, then you lost.
At the end of the day, mild sauce is a group of friends, it's family, come together, putting aside whatever issues you have, just sitting down, having chicken and mild sauce and just having a good time, enjoying each other's time and forgetting about all the troubles that you're going through. It's just happiness in Chicago.
Every cut of crow you throw in the grease is dark meat. The whole shack, shaken, drenched in mild sauce, sweet spirit, baptized.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode of Food Groups you just watched. Do me a few favors if you would. Subscribe to our YouTube channel right here. Watch this video right here. And if you still got a little time, like and comment below.